The Miami Dolphins are closer to the Buffalo Bills than most people want to admit, and mainly those people in New England. They've got the same record as the Baltimore Ravens over the past 2 years, 19 wins, 14 losses, and that's with the worst offensive line in football. They added the best left tackle in football. They added a receiver with 200 catches, 2,500 yards, and 24 touchdowns. This is a very good football team.
Wait, did I hear that right? Did ESPN finally get the memo about Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins? After all this time, did they finally get the memo? Did some research assistant at ESPN finally dig into the data and find out that the Dolphins actually finished pretty strong last year? Did someone somewhere finally tell the talking heads at ESPN what's actually going on down here in South Florida? You know, we got a top tackle in Terron Armstead, arguably the best wide receiver in football in Tyreek Hill, possibly another top 3 or 4 wide receiver here in Jaylen Waddle, one of the top tight ends in the league with Mike Guhsecki, an offensive-minded coach with Mike McDaniel, one of the best defenses in the entire NFL, all there to support Tua Tagovailoa, who now seems to be healthy. Did they just now put all of that together? Which then would leave only one question. What took ESPN so long to figure it out? And if what Dan Orlovsky didn't leave you floored, wait till you listen, wait till you hear what Ryan Clark had to say about this.
I actually agree with Dan Orlovsky. I agree that the Miami Dolphins are the second best team in the AFC East. I agree that the Miami Dolphins are a team that can challenge the Buffalo Bills. But the Miami Dolphins have improved so much throughout this offseason onto a team that was already finishing strong last year with a great defense. I expect the Miami Dolphins to challenge to be in the playoffs this year, and I wouldn't be confused or I wouldn't be surprised if this team was able to advance through a round or two with this team gelling late in the season when you have a guy like Mikey McDaniels making the calls, who's learned under Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco.
So RC now believes that the Miami Dolphins aren't just going to compete with the Bills, but have the potential to go deep, a couple rounds deep into the NFL playoffs. What? Did we go through some sort of black hole in the universe or something? What the hell happened? Weren't all these guys just a few weeks ago, maybe even last week, trashing Tua? Are they now trying to save their credibility as the season's approaching so they don't have to go back and eat all the words they've been saying for the last few months, over the last year even? It sure seems so. Something definitely happened. I'm shell-shocked after listening to what the people at ESPN are now saying about Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. But RC wasn't done. Listen to this.
I think what we often miss about quarterbacks is their surroundings, right? Is the type of people that they're around. When you surround someone with the skilled players that the Miami Dolphins now have, you get him an offensive-minded head coach. You go out and you get him protection, and you're also not going to ask Tua Tagovailoa to be the best quarterback in the NFL or to be the guy that leads you. He's going to have to make winning plays. And if you can get some of that Jimmy Garoppolo magic, which if we remember, 2 NFC championships, a Super Bowl under the same type of offense that Tua Tagovailoa will now be in with more explosive players. If you were taking Tyreek Hill and you said, oh my gosh, if we wanted to get another Tyreek Hill, who would he be? You'd say he'd be Jaylen Waddle. And after the second half of the season last year, you know he's a baller. Both of those guys on the same team, run first, play action, good offensive line now. I expect the Miami Dolphins to be good, but I expect Tua Tagovailoa to take the leap we usually see from year 1 to 2 in year 3.
He must have just looked at the Miami Dolphins roster and woke up from an ESPN-induced coma. At least we didn't have to hear Diana Rossini say anything. It's like he had a duh moment. He's now saying what all of us fans have been saying for months. Tua now has a complete supporting cast to help him deliver the Miami Dolphins to the playoffs. He didn't have that. He hasn't had that since he's been in Miami. And like he said, the Dolphins don't need a quarterback with a flamethrower for an arm. Not in Mike McDaniel's system. Anyone who has ever questioned Tua's arm strength never really understood what the Shanahan offense that Mike McDaniel is implementing is all about. When you look at the Dolphins offense from the perspective of what Mike McDaniel was doing in San Francisco, you can see this team has better players in place to really utilize that offense and be potentially explosive. And to me, this is actually Tua's second year. Possibly you can go back and say this is his first year. You see, year one was the recovery season after the injury. Let's just go ahead and strike that one right now. Year two was the Rona Flores season, which was a nightmare, and I'm willing to scratch that as well. And this year, year three, he now gets to play under a really, really good coach and a fully stocked team on offense. And hopefully the offensive line will hold up. But right now, it's light years from where he was in year one and year two and the supporting cast he had around him. And shit for Coach Brian Flores. All this being said, I think there's going to be a lot of people in the media and a lot of the Tua haters that are going to have to eat a lot of crow this year after they see what the Miami Dolphins end up being this season. Let me know what you think. Are the sports media journos and sports media journo gals going to have to eat a lot of crow over the next couple of months? I'm thinking they are, but I'd love to know your take on it. And if you'd like to see any of my other videos on the Miami Dolphins, check out one of these videos over here. Talk to you soon.